LMAO, just go and act gay, I guess. Maybe unethical, but also
I'd rather be unethical and have a job than ethical and homeless.
Hello guys, I just saw somewhere that the registration for Grace Hopper Conference 2024 is finally open, and I knew that I had to make this video. So to those of you who do not know what a Grace Hopper Conference is, it is the largest gathering of women in tech. I went there in 2020, that was virtual, and 2021, that was in person in Orlando, Florida. In 2014, everybody who walked into Grace Hopper Conference walked outside with one, if not multiple job offer. And it made sense because the demand was high and the supply was less, and also it would save company a lot of time and money because they actually used to fly the candidate for on-site interviews. Hiring on spot in the conference meant that they didn't have to pay for any of that. But nowadays things are different. There were 20,000 plus attendees in 2023, and the funny thing is this conference is quite expensive. The regular price for the adult ticket is like $1,300, and if you add in, meal, transportation, Uber, whatnot, it's gonna cost you probably $3,000, anywhere from $3,000 to $5,000. They have a very reputable career fair. You are more likely to be hired for internship and job. You're able to book one-on-one meeting with recruiter from your dream company. Most likely, you would get the internship or job offer. However, in 2023, something unusual happened. So this is the Reddit post from way before the event. Has anyone noticed a lot of men on LinkedIn sharing they're going to be attending this year?
Obviously, there's no rules against men attending, and I'm not even mad about it. I just think it's so bizarre to drop like $1,500 to attend a women non-binary focused conference.
Basically, people were noticing that a lot of cis male people were kind of starting to get a hint that there were a lot of men attending the conference. A lot of women posted on LinkedIn. The event physically pushed women to get in front of them so they could talk to a recruiter. They followed women around the conference, harassing them. Some were even taking creepy photos of other attendees' bodies. This was meant to be a safe space, but it turned out to be something different. Someone else on LinkedIn wrote that to men who attended GSC, you have dropped your ethics and moral just for a chance to get a job. You have hit a new kind of low. Will I get any opportunities by attending GSC as a man? I think the problem is that everybody wants that tech job. Everybody wants to break into tech. And because it is so hard these days to get the entry-level position, I think people are doing everything they can to get a job. I looked at a Medium post 2023. This was, I think, posted by a man who attended the GSC. He said that it's important to have cis men attend GSC. It increases allyship in cis male attendees. And when I went through all these posts on LinkedIn, TikTok, I felt bad for both the sides, honestly. And I'd like to read this Reddit comment. It says that the large attendance of men this year is likely the result of more competitive job market. Under desperation, people tend to have more opportunistic and individualistic mindset and will do anything to give themselves a leg up. All I've read is that some people even falsely identified as, non-binary. It's also tricky because maybe there were some bad apple, but maybe not everybody was like that, right? It's not obvious to me who I should feel worse for. So, who is right and who is wrong, because at the end of the day, Grace Hopper Conference gave admission to these people. The women were filing petition that they wanted a refund because they were not able to get into career fair. The men took all the time of the recruiter. And on the other hand, the men were like, we'll also file a petition that, Anita Bjork is doing this discrimination, and in America, there should be no discrimination. So it was just a huge thing. I think Anita Bjork is responsible for first, admitting that number of people. I saw the pictures, there was literally no space to even stand. So maybe he limit the number of people. And second is have some sort of verification. This year they're asking people to submit their photo ID as well as their selfies, so maybe that's gonna help, but I'm not sure. GSC is we want to empower women, we want to provide this for underprivileged community, but no underprivileged person has $3,000 to spare to go to the conference where they're not even going to get a one-on-one with the recruiter, or they're not going to have one human interaction because there's just so much crowd and everybody is trying to go after the same Google job. Are there other better conference or maybe local events that you can go to which does not cost as much money and which would promise you that one-on-one connection with the real person? Nowadays the session, it does not feel as good as they used to, probably because there's a plethora of knowledge available online. I would still go if my company was paying for it or if I had a scholarship from college, which a lot of students do, but I personally wouldn't go by paying out of my pocket. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think. It's a bit of a tricky situation